Everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you the most simple, straightforward way to complete the tomb Easter egg. First thing you want to do is make it to round 8. At round 8, a shock mimic is going to spawn. When you take him out, he's going to drop a monocle. It's a gold item. You want to make sure you pick that up, and that's going to be your first piece of the ice staff. Now, to get our other 2 pieces of the ice staff, which we will need to complete this Easter egg, you will need to shoot the etheric lanterns around the map to guide them to either tombs or Neolithic catacombs in order to reveal symbols similar to Roman numerals. So it's going to be 1 through 10 or I through X. If you're not familiar with your Roman numerals, I'm going to put a chart right here. You can take a screenshot of it to help you out. All right, so these rooms can be done in any order, but in tombs, you want to move the etheric lantern until it is in front of the left mural depicting a bull. The etheric lanterns are the purple fire crystal looking things hanging around the map. If you shoot them, they'll spawn in a different place. So what you need to do is shoot them until they spawn in the rooms that you need them to spawn in, which are these 2 rooms with the murals. All right, once you have the etheric lantern in the proper spot on the left side of the mural depicting a bull, you want to shoot the 8 symbols in numerical order to create the Taurus constellation. Doing so is going to trigger a lockdown event with 5 waves of enemies, including Doppelgast and shock mimics. Once you've taken out all the enemies, your second part to your staff is going to spawn, and you're also going to get a max ammo. All right, now next, in Neolithic catacombs, or where you see the archer, you're going to move the etheric lantern until it's in front of the wall. You'll know it's in the right place when you see the symbols glowing, and you want to shoot the 10 symbols. Now there's 10 symbols in here in a numerical order to form the Orion constellation. Again, doing so is going to trigger a lockdown event with 5 waves of enemies, and when you're done with this, you're going to get the headpiece for the ice staff. Now you have all 3 parts for the ice staff, and you can go build it. So now what you're going to want to do is you want to go back into the dark ether. You want to go right up to the top of the hill to the wall, go right to the middle where the hole is, hold down interact. All your ice staff parts are going to spawn in front of the altar, and it's going to trigger a lockdown event where you'll need to protect the staff from enemies. So this is like a minute or 2. It's not hard, but it's not easy, so kind of make sure you're ready for it. Maybe like a Casimir or some decoys, or make sure your loadout is leveled up. Just make sure you're ready. You're going to have to take on a decent amount of zombies. You don't want them to do damage to your ice staff while it's crafting, or you'll fail it. You'll have to start it again the next round. Once that's done, you've crafted the ice staff. All right, this next step, upgrading the ice staff, is a little tricky, but if you just have a little patience, it's no big deal. All right, using the Staff of Ice, you need to rapidly shoot and freeze 3 purple etheric lanterns in 10 seconds. And then you'll get a very British quote from Archibald. Now, you're free to do this however you want, but I've done it like this, and it works very well. I try to line my crystals up where the bull statue is, where the yellow door is, and right outside where the yellow door is. So once you see them start spawning in there, just don't shoot them. Just go around the map, shoot the other ones till they all spawn. So all you got to do is just figure out a place where you can see a lot of the lanterns in a row, like you have good line of sight, because the ice staff will shoot a long ways. And then just go start shooting the other lanterns all around the rest of the part of the map until they start spawning there. Then you can do like I do, bam, 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 and knock this out. Just a lot of people in my chat have said they had problems with this, or this was really frustrating, but just pick a spot where you can see a lot of them and start shooting them in the other places of the map, and they'll start spawning there, and you'll have 3 in a row. You need to hit all 3 of them and freeze them within 10 seconds, and you'll get a super British quote from Archibald. After you get your quote, you'll know you've done it correctly, but you want to head back into the dark ether nexus, and you want to look up in the sky. There's going to be 3 floating rocks with specific symbols on each one. You want to take your ice staff and you want to shoot each of the rocks, and that's going to lower the rock down. Now you want to remember or write down what order you shot your rocks down in. So the first one comes down, that's going to be your first symbol that you need. So you're going to have to do these symbols in order. So remember, pause the game, write it down, take a note, take a picture, something. Whichever one you shoot first is going to be your first symbol, second is your second symbol, the third is your third symbol. Once you've shot all 3 of those rocks down, you're going to notice one of the 4 doors in the dark ether is going to lock itself. What you need to do is go out of the dark ether, out of one of the other 3 doors, and then make your way to the locked door on the side that's not in the dark ether. You're going to see an array of symbols on the door. Now you need to shoot the 3 symbols in order that it gave you in the dark ether. And this is going to reopen the portal. Now this has not happened to me, but you need to check the floor in front of the portals. If you don't see any symbols, then you have entered the wrong symbols and you will fall to your death when you enter the portal. Before you go in the portal, what you're going to have to do during this step is follow an orb around and do a soul box. So go pack a punch, go upgrade your rarity, go get some armor, grab some perks if you need it. This isn't super hard, but it's not super easy either. All right, so once you enter the portal, you're going to be teleported to the Dark Ether Nexus. You're going to be standing on top of a rock and an orb is going to be in front of you. Go ahead and interact with that orb. You're going to drop down to the ground with the orb, and the orb is going to start to move around the Dark Ether. Like I said, it's a soul box. You need to stay close to the orb, taking out zombies so it'll move. You don't want to get far away from the orb or you'll fail this step. If you're doing this with a team, all 4 of your team members need to come through the portal at the same time, be in the dark ether at the same time, stay around the orb. And the orb is going to go around the map and kind of go back behind the altar and then come up and it's going to go in front of the altar. And if you do this correctly, you'll see the altar power up and you can walk up to it with your staff of ice and interact with it, and that's going to upgrade your ice staff. Now it's called Ul's Arrow and it's so powerful. All right, a couple of things you need to know. Now you have a charge shot, so you can hold down right trigger for 2 or 3 seconds and you shoot an ice blast at the ground, and any zombies that come within a few feet of you get instantly frozen and taken out. It's super powerful. If you hold down left on the directional pad, you can use the alternate function, which can revive your teammates from a distance. So it basically shoots a revive at them. Very handy. But you also need that revive function for the next part of the Easter egg. So I didn't know how to pull it out. So it's left on your D-pad. You've got the staff, you've got it upgraded, you know about the charge shot, you know about the revive shot. Now we're going to start working on the main quest Easter egg. So in the Dark Ether, you're going to see these 4 big spikes coming up around the place where you just crafted your staff. All 4 of these spikes are going to have a statue beneath them. One's going to be a vermin, one's going to be a parasite, one's going to be a doppelgask, and one's going to be an amalgam. So what you need to do, get your ice staff out, switch over to the healing shot, and you want to shoot the vermin statue in the Dark Ether Nexus and then interact with it. So once you picked up the crystal power, you want to take it back to the dig site and you'll see an identical statue of the vermin there. You want to interact with that statue and that's going to start a lockdown. A bunch of vermin are going to come try to take you out. I suggest you use the ice staff. Just hold the right trigger down for a while, blast it at the ground. All the vermin are going to walk into it. They're going to be taken out. You're going to get a bunch of free salvage. Brain off. Just super easy. Just keep doing that over and over. Once the lockdown is over, you're going to see the vermin statue is glowing again there in the dig site. Now, this time when you pick up the energy, if you get swiped more than twice, you're going to fail. So make sure you're kind of at the end of the round, or you can ether shroud or cover yourself. But when you pick this up, you want to make sure you don't get swiped. Also, when you pick it up, your closest door, your closest portal to the Dark Ether is going to close. So you're going to have to make your way through a couple of rooms till you get to another door. So just be on point, take out the zombies, don't get swiped or you'll fail this part. Now what you need to do, go back into the Dark Ether, go as fast as you can, take the energy back to the vermin statue. You're going to see that pillar light up, some energy is going to come through, and you are 25% done with the quest. All right, our next one, we're going to do the parasite. It's going to be the same way. You're going to walk up to the crystal in the Dark Ether. You're going to shoot it with the revive function of the staff. Going to catch on fire. You're going to take that fire. You're going to travel to the shrine of the Hierophants and interact with the parasite statue to start a lockdown. Parasites are going to spawn, and each parasite is going to drop an energy orb. So this isn't just a soul box. This isn't just mindless shooting. I suggest decoy grenades are fantastic for this. So what you need to do, deal with the zombies, but when the parasites come in, take them out. They're going to drop this little purple ball. You got to pick it up and take it to the statue. The statue will automatically take it from you. You need to do this about 10-15 times before it's done. Now, same thing with this step. You've got to collect the energy. The door closest to you is going to close. You got to make it into the dark ether, take the energy to the parasite statue in there without getting swiped. So just be on your toes, take out the zombies, move to your closest door, get in there, and now you've got your parasite pillar done. Next, we're moving on to the Doppelgast statue. Again, you want to shoot the Doppelgast statue with the healing function of the staff. This time you're going to take the fire to the ossuary and interact with the Doppelgast statue. Now, this one is super easy. You don't have to pick up any orbs or do anything. All you got to do is take out the Doppelgast. You can do that again with your right trigger charge function of the Wonder Weapon. You can one-shot the Doppelgast, so you can literally stand in one spot on the floor, charge up your ice staff, and take them all out. Once you're done, you're probably going to get something like a Mangler injection, some type of streak. You're going to get some ammo, and you'll also see that the Doppelgast statue has the energy built up in it. Again, you want to grab it, you want to take it into the dark ether, put it in its statue without being swiped more than twice. All right, now we're moving on to the amalgam part of this. Same thing again. You want to shoot the amalgam crystal in the dark ether with the healing shot from your ice staff. You're going to go to the subterranean temple. So you know where the main red door into the dark ether is. You're going to want to go all the way down past the waterfall and everything. That's where the amalgam statue is. Interact with the statue and amalgam's going to spawn. You're going to see the amalgam is going to have energy tethered to other zombies. You want to make sure you take out those zombies so you can do damage to the amalgam. That's basically like his shield. If you take out the zombies he's attached to, his shield will go down. You'll be able to take him out easy peasy. And again, once he's done, interact with the statue, take the energy. You want to take it back into the dark ether, interact with the amalgam statue in the dark ether, and now you're going to see all 4 of your pillars are lit up, and you're going to see a 5th beam of energy go over and light up this other area where your boss fight is going to take place. So you have done all the Easter egg steps now. Now you are just getting ready for the boss fight. What you want to do is follow that beam of energy over there. You'll see a bunch of rocks in your way, and you'll see what looks like another play area. If you interact with it, those rocks are going to form a bridge, and that's where your boss fight is. So tips for the boss fight: the explosive loadouts like the ray gun, the GS45, things like that are not very good. I would recommend a bullet weapon, ASG shotgun, the M4, the Krieg, SOG, whatever you like. I personally recommend the ASG shotgun. It did very well. It does about 4,000 damage to the boss fight here, which is you fight a mirror, and it does about 4,000 damage. So it's pretty good. Idolize for Gobblegum, Ether Shroud for your power up. An insta kill would be good, like a temporal gift with an insta kill would be great. I failed this boss fight probably about 5 times before I got it completed. This is not easy, so you want to make sure you try to go in and as low round as possible and make sure you are ready. Once you understand the boss fight, it's a lot easier, but it definitely took me by surprise at how difficult it was. But now that I beat it a couple of times, I see where I was going wrong. But assuming your triple pack, your gold, you got a self-res, you got the loadout you want, some Casimirs, Ether Shroud, you're going to be going in. Now there are 2 sections to this. There's the top and then there's the underneath. I recommend you go underneath and do not come out from there. You can kind of see my strat here, how we did it. So, but basically what's going to happen is the Sentinel artifact or the mirror is going to circle around the arena, and it can only be damaged when it becomes purple. So you're going to have to sit there, use your ice blast till you take out enough zombies. And when you hear the audio cue, the best thing to do is drop an ice blast on the ground right next to the mirror, go up to it and use the ice blast. It'll sit there and protect you for a few seconds and take out the last few zombies, and you can just dump damage into the mirror. You got a time limit while it's vulnerable, and you want to make sure you get it broken before that time limit is up, or you're not going to do any damage. You're going to have to redo the step. So make sure you're on point with this. All right, once enough damage has been done, 2 artifacts will start spinning around while shooting a laser beam that can deal a lot of damage and it can stun you. Now again, you're going to have to take out some zombies till the mirrors become vulnerable, and you're going to have to break them again. Then it's going to go to 3 mirrors. And again, you just need to take out zombies until the 3 mirrors turn purple, and then you'll be able to deal damage. You want to make sure you do enough damage to where you break it. And then again, it's going to be 4 mirrors. Once you've done the 4th mirror and you have 4 laser beams going, the next mirror is going to attach itself to an armored zombie. So you're going to see this armored zombie coming at you with a big mirror stuck to his head. It's crazy looking. What you need to do, he's going to be tanky and he's going to be able to hurt you. What you need to do is take him out. Then you'll see the mirror spawn and be purple and vulnerable, and you need to dump as much damage into it as possible. So try to take out as many zombies as you can around that guy, or drop an ice blast to take out the zombies. But just make sure that once you take him down, you have enough time to shoot that mirror. You don't want to be dealing with other zombies and trying to move around, because you're going to miss your chance to take out the mirror, and it's going to go and everything's going to get harder. Keep in mind, in between each one of these waves, every time you break the mirror and the mirror rejoins in the middle, it's going to spawn you a max ammo. So make sure you're going out there and getting your max ammos. All right, so now for the 6th wave, the mirror is going to attach itself to an HVT. So this is going to be a shock mimic. There's going to be a shock mimic with a mirror stuck to him. You need to take him out. Once you take him out, the mirror is going to become vulnerable. Again, just keep dumping damage into it. I think this is a good time to mention that there's also going to be some decoy HVTs with fake mirrors on them. Just keep your eye on the orange mirror. I would advise taking out the other HVTs before you take out the one with the real mirror, so you can just focus on him, or use your ether shroud, whichever is convenient at the time. It can get a little crazy. After the shock mimic, the next mirror is going to be attached to an amalgam. So the amalgam is going to come out. It's going to have the mirror on him. You're going to need to do the same thing. Take him out. Once you take him out, mirror is going to be vulnerable. That was attached to his head. So wherever he drops, the mirror is going to be right there. You want to make sure you just dump as much damage as you can till it breaks. So once you've done all that, all the mirrors are going to combine in the center, and you're going to see one mirror is going to kind of float up some stairs. What you need to do is go up there, protect yourself, and do as much damage as quickly as possible. Because if you do not take out the health bar within the time limit, it insta wipes you. It auto downs you. So ether shroud, Casmirs, your ice blast from your staff, and then just make sure you're dumping as much damage into this thing as possible. So, and if you do all of this correctly, the Sentinel artifact will be vanquished, and the final cutscene will start playing. And there you go, guys. You just did the tomb Easter egg. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It honestly sounds more complicated than it is. Hope this Easter egg guide helps you out. If you've made it this far and you felt like you learned something useful, or you appreciate this kind of content, guys, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like, hit that share. If you're new here, hit that subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what your experiences were with this map, with this Easter egg. Are you liking it? Have you tried it? Have the glitches turned you off? I know I've been a little frustrated with the game, but this is a solid map, solid Easter egg, and the story progression is great. Seems like we're getting closer to finding out what's happened to Maxis. And after this, it looks like we're going to be heading to Richtofen or Thicktofen's house. I don't know if y'all saw the intel, but apparently it's canon that when Richtofen was 8 years old, he was 3'11", and he was 110 pounds. That boy was Bricktofen, Widetofen, Thicktofen. But it looks like we're going to his house by Liberty Falls for the next map. I'm super excited about that. Super excited to see where this story goes. But anyway, guys, again, if you learned something useful, show some love to the video. Get down in the comments. I like to read and answer as many comments as I can. If you got any questions, please ask. I'll try to let you know. But guys, thank y'all so much for coming and checking out another one of my Easter egg guide videos for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies. Hope you're having a great day. Hope to see you on the next one.